Hey, what's up guys? Troy here with WeightGainNetwork.com. I got another fantastic list of 7 foods to eat to gain muscle. I know we make a lot of these videos, but I know it gets really boring always eating the same thing. So I want to always give you guys some new and exciting things to incorporate in your diet. I know personally, I get so bored just eating the same things over and over again. So I hope this can kind of open up your eyes and spark some creativity on different foods that you can implement into your diet to gain muscle. They all serve a little bit of different purpose. One of these foods on the list, I guarantee is gonna surprise you guys a lot. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but you'll understand why in a second. So let me get right into my 7 foods to eat to gain muscle. Number 1 is gummy bears. Now you're probably thinking, are you out of your mind? Gummy bears are gonna help me build muscle, but it's actually, if you consume gummy bears at a very specific time, they actually will spike your insulin and serve as a nutrient activator and give you anabolic fuel. So what I mean by this is that post-workout window, that like 30 to 45 minutes following your workout, you want a fast-digesting carbohydrate source and a fast-digesting protein source. So yeah, you could go with the route of like getting dextrose powder or maltodextrin or glucose powder, or you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and you can have like your cheat meal actually serve as a purpose and actually serve as a nutrient activator to shuttle these protein amino acids into your cells and to help you guys build muscle. So eating gummy bears, it's just plain sugar. It's got dextrose and corn syrup, super high glycemic. It's gonna serve the same purpose as consuming like a dextrose powder. Plus it's a lot more fun to eat. So have your whey isolate shake and have you know, like a big handful of gummy bears, and you know, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You get those fast digesting carbs along with your fast digesting protein. It's going to feed your body the same fuel as that plain old dextrose powder. So eat your gummy bears post workout. You guys should see some nice muscle gains. Number 2, not as exciting as gummy bears, but still one of my favorite recent foods to implement into my muscle building diet is chia seeds. Now chia seeds are really high in protein, in fiber, in omega-3s, and also slow digesting carbohydrates. So chia seeds are like, I believe they're considered a superfood. So these are not only going to you know, help us build muscle, but they're going to increase our overall health. So a lot of people, a lot of guys have really low omega fatty acid consumption. So chia seeds are actually really high in these omegas. So if you're deficient in these, just getting in a couple tablespoons of chia seeds will you know, help override this deficiency. And they also are high in fiber and carbs and proteins. So just overall, a really high calorie, nutrient dense food that's gonna help you guys pack on solid lean muscle mass. Number 3 is chickpeas. Now chickpeas actually, I think, are pretty delicious. You can like mash them up and put some like olive oil and garlic and lemon and kind of like make your own hummus. They're high in protein. They're really high in slow digesting carbs. So if you guys are sick of like eating black beans and you know, kidney beans and lima beans, all those other kind of beans, try chickpeas. I find them really delicious, and they're really good with like olive oil and just like some salt-free seasoning. So chickpeas are another great muscle building food source. Number 4 is cottage cheese. Now cottage cheese is a very slow digesting form of protein, so it's going to be like, you know, drip feeding our muscles with that anabolic fuel over the course of like 4 to 6 hours. So this has a lot more of a powerful muscle building effect than say like drinking like a whey isolate shake or like a hydrolyzed whey protein, because that's going to like instantly hit. But that cottage cheese is going to break down real slow. It's actually considered like a casein protein source. So like fat-free cottage cheese is going to be the perfect slow digesting protein source for like before you go to bed, or to eat like if you're not gonna eat anything, or you know, you're traveling or you're busy, you know, you're not gonna be able to eat any kind of food for 5 or 6 hours, you know, have like you know, a big bowl of cottage cheese. So you always want to keep your body in an anabolic state, and when I don't eat for long periods of time, I want to be consuming that slow digesting protein. So the slower the digesting protein, the better, and cottage cheese is one of the slowest digesting forms of protein, making it perfect for you naturally skinny guys with a really high metabolism. And number 5 on my list is oysters. Now I'm sure you guys have heard like kind of, you know, the rumor that oysters are like a natural aphrodisiac, and this is actually kind of true because oysters have been shown to elevate your testosterone levels. They're really high in zinc and B vitamins and natural creatines and also protein. So oysters are a fantastic muscle building food. If you can get your hands on some good raw oysters a few times a week, I highly recommend it. A lot of guys are deficient in zinc and a lot of these muscle building minerals. So oysters are really high in these natural muscle building minerals, loaded with zinc and protein, and they're just a fantastic overall muscle building food. So if you guys are going out to eat and you see raw oysters on the menu, you want to boost your testosterone levels, give them a try. Next up, we have fat-free chocolate milk. And now this is another food that we want to incorporate at a very specific time. So this is another time when you want to have it post-workout. So fat-free chocolate milk actually has a pretty precise 2-to-1 ratio of those fast-digesting sugars with the protein. So that's why we say the fat-free chocolate milk, because remember, any kind of fat absorption is going to slow down the absorption of the carbs and the protein. And post-workout we want fast. We want to be like rapidly consuming or rapidly digesting these carbs and these proteins to replenish our muscle glycogen and feed our hungry, damaged muscle cells to initiate that protein synthesis and build up nice and strong. So fat-free chocolate milk has the very precise ratio of carbs to protein. So if you don't want to mess around with protein powder, or you're on the go, or you're on vacation and traveling and you still want that perfect post-workout source, just pick up a bottle of fat-free chocolate milk. And last but not least is cashew butter. Now cashews are not quite as high in protein as like peanuts and almonds, but it's still a really healthy source of monounsaturated fat. It's still a very high calorie food. So you're gonna get about 200 calories for every 2 tablespoons of cashew butter. And I just find it, I always like to change it up. You're gonna get sick of eating peanut butter and almond butter all the time. Although personally, I really never get sick of it. A lot of times, I hear a lot of guys are sick of just like peanut butter all the time or almond butter all the time. So cashew butter is a little creamier. It's a little richer. It doesn't have quite as much protein, but it's really delicious. So, try making a cashew butter and jelly sandwich on like some whole grain bread. It's really delicious. It almost satisfies your sweet tooth more than like peanut butter and almond butter as well. So give cashew butter a try. It's absolutely delicious and is a great muscle building food. So those are 7 muscle building foods you can incorporate into your daily lifestyle. I hope you guys found this list interesting. I'm always trying to think of new and interesting foods that you can add and implement into your diet. Bodybuilding and building your best body doesn't have to be boring. There's so many muscle building foods that you can incorporate. So look for more of these outside the box lists from us in the near future. If you guys are looking for more tips on how to bulk up and gain lean muscle mass, check out weightgainmethod.com. Thanks guys.
Are you still too skinny? Go to weightgainmethod.com and get access to a complete step-by-step plan for gaining weight and building muscle fast.